The topic we're going to be looking at today is how to account for derivatives and hedging. First, I will get into exactly what those are and how they work, and then I will explain how to account for them according to FASB 815. A derivative is a financial security that ultimately derives its value from something else or some underlying asset. A derivative is a contract that gives you the option to make a purchase or a sale at some point in the future. For this reason, derivatives are often called futures contracts. These derivatives can be used on anything that fluctuates in value. So they can be used on commodities like gold or oil, and they can also be used on stocks. There are many different kinds of derivatives, but today I will just discuss some of the basic ones like put options and call options. A call option is an agreement that gives the investor the right, but not the obligation, to buy a stock or commodity at a given time in the future. For example, an investor might use a call option on a stock that he thinks is about to go up. This allows you to speculate on the appreciation of a stock without actually owning it. The idea behind a call option is that you can lock in a low price that you will pay for the stock at the end of the contract, but by then the stock's fair value will have risen far above that, so you can buy low and sell high for a nice gain. For example, if you think Walmart's shares are about to appreciate in value, you can purchase a call option that says in 1 year you will purchase 100 shares of Walmart at $88 a share. By next year, if Walmart shares are at $100 a share, then you can exercise your option to buy at 88, and then you can sell at the current fair value of 100 and have a gain of $12 a share. Or, if the fair value of their shares at that point is below 88, then you don't have to exercise your option, and the only loss that you have is what you paid for the contract. The opposite of a call option is something called a put option, and this gives the contract holder the right but not the obligation to sell a specified amount of the underlying asset at the end of the contract. There are two different strategies one might use when using a put option. The first is when you currently hold that security and you want to hedge the risk. If you think your stock is in danger of greatly declining, then you can mitigate that risk by purchasing a put option that locks in a price that you can sell your stock for at the end of the contract. The other strategy is that if you don't own a security, but you think it's about to sharply decline, you can purchase a put option on it. This way you lock in a selling price at the end of your contract. If at that point the stock has declined, you can purchase those shares on the open market at a low fair value, and then you can exercise your put option to sell them at the higher locked-in price. Derivatives are excellent financial instruments. They allow you to mitigate your risk, and they allow you to implement some really cool strategies that can leverage your capital for great gains. Many corporations take advantage of derivatives, so the question becomes, what is the generally accepted way to account for these? The main thing to focus on in accounting for derivatives is the fair market value. The fair market value is the value of the option if it were exercised at a given time. For example, if a corporation holds a call option to purchase a stock at $80 a share, but the fair market value of that stock is $100 a share, then that difference of $20 a share is what you could potentially gain, and that is the fair market value of that call option. Since derivatives are also an instrument of time, accountants must also take into consideration the time value of money. If an options contract matures in 5 years, then you have to do your best to calculate back that inflation to see the fair market value of the option in today's dollars. Ultimately, derivatives are very complex, but they are extremely useful financial tools, and it's very important for accountants to understand how to handle them.